In the news, Hawaii death toll rises to 99. Some more in the news. The aftermath of this Maui thing in Hawaii, wildfires evacuation plan criticized as death toll grows in today's news. And there's a whole heap taking place. The Alabama river boat brawl, and you're hearing some of the interviews that are taking place in the aftermath of this Hawaii thing. It makes you wonder. But I'm going to title this video "What is in the dark must come out into the light." So we want to give our praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Harakakwadash, double honors to all the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, the house of David is rising. Without further ado.
This morning, Maui officials tell NBC News 25% of the burn zone in Lahaina has been searched, but still, more than 1,000 people remain missing. The chief of police describing the grim reality to me.
When folks are shifting through burnt debris and dust is on you, it's not just dust on you, it's our dead.
Still, anger is growing as we're learning more reasons why the wildfire seemed unstoppable.
I feel just like I wish we could have done more.
Lahaina firefighters Ina Kohler and her husband Johnny Verona tried saving their town, but said crews had no chance. Water pressure was too low.
We ran out of water.
You ran out of water with the nation's most deadliest wildfire?
Yeah. It was very disheartening.
Officials now examining the timeline of events. Here's what we know. A brush fire near Lahaina was first reported around 6:30 Tuesday morning. While some evacuations were ordered, Maui officials thought they had it under control, announcing 100% containment around 9 a.m., possibly giving residents a false sense of security. Just hours later, hurricane-force winds caused the fires to explode. Officials say emergency sirens were not activated.
There'll be multiple reviews at every level.
As fire approached their car, Akanesi Va'a and her family got stuck in traffic, the intense heat palpable from inside.
You know, my son was like, "Oh, Mom, is this it?" And I mean, what do you tell your kids?
With no way out, they had to flee on foot. That's when Akanesi saw this car with a little girl trapped inside.
I grabbed her. She was sitting on a blanket. I wrapped her with the blanket, and I told my kids, "You guys run. Don't turn around and look for me." And my 9-year-old couldn't. She just kept telling me, "Mom, I can't."
Luckily, they survived. Her family now safe.
My heart is in Lahaina. I mean, Lahaina's home, period.
So incredible they were able to rescue that child. Now, of the 2,200 structures destroyed in the burn zone, about 80% of those were residential. So with so many people displaced, the government is working with hotels here, Airbnbs, and local landlords to find housing units. They've been able to find about 2,000, but they're also calling for people who live on the mainland in the United States to come over and please offer up any second homes or condos or apartments they may have to help the people here in Maui.
Right, so they're saying there's 1,000 other news outlets say more that are unaccounted for. They're saying Hawaii death toll rises to 100, but 1,000 or more unaccounted for on this news. So there is more questions than answers. Running out of water in the middle of one of the worst fires in Hawaii. Running out of water. There's a whole heap of questions. So there's more questions than answers. Let's get another take from a well-known person. Let's hear what we're just asking questions. We're just asking questions. Let's hear what Tariq Nasheed has to say on this.
I'm talking about the main topic we're talking about today. We're talking about what's going on out there in Hawaii. If you don't know, in Maui, and me and my family, we were just out there a few months ago. Some major devastation with some fires out there. There's some fires out there in Maui that has destroyed a significant part of the island. I want to say the Lahaina area. I think that's the name. Lahaina, I think that's the name. I kind of get my names mixed up over there. I love Hawaii. Me and my family, we go there a lot, and my heart goes out to the people there. Some interesting things, though. I want to put the tinfoil kufi on for a minute. And the fires have killed a lot of people. Let me see something here. Hold on. In the most recent report, they're saying that it was 93 people. It kills 93 people. Prayers and the search for the missing. So people like Floyd Mayweather, they've donated money. Like Floyd Mayweather donated like $2 million. A lot of people are donating out there. So a lot of people are trying to help, which is good. A lot of people have been displaced out there. But I want to put the tinfoil kufi on for a minute. I got a LA partner out there. My brother LA Nick is out there. Shout out to LA Nick and shout out to his queen Tiana. They're out there in Maui. They're out there in that area, and they're safe. They're good. But he was telling me some stuff that's looking a little funny style out there. My brother said they're undercounting the death toll for some reason. My guy who's out there, he's saying that the death toll is actually being way undercounted. He said, hell, a few days ago, he himself counted about 100 people died or dead. He counted that himself, and this was when they were saying like 53 people died. He was like, hell, I done count about 100. So he's saying it's like it could possibly really be in the thousands of people dead out there. And it does sound like they're undercounting the people. But I want y'all to understand this about Maui. Yeah, it's way more than 93. Yeah, you're in Hawaii too? Yeah. People are saying it's way more than 93. And out there in Maui, remember, I talked about this a few days ago. We were out there recently. And in Maui, man, there's like one road for the whole, like one main road. There's only a few main roads that go all around the island. All right? So to certain areas, from one point to another, you can only go on one road. Pretty small island. And there was a car accident and there was a fatality, and we were stuck in traffic for like 5 hours. Me and the family, we were like stuck in our car for 5 hours. We couldn't move because there was only one road. So I can imagine a fire where there's only one road in some of these spots and literally nowhere to go. You don't have anywhere to go except for water. That fire is coming down certain areas. There are no roads. There's mountains and hills and stuff. So you can only go to the water and just jump off the damn cliff. That's how dangerous something like a fire would be. And here's the thing, Maui, people are talking about, people are like kind of dumbfounded on how did this fire start? How did a wildfire start out there like that? I want y'all to understand this, the area that it really hit the most, some of the native people out there, they've been very defiant of the commercial takeover out there. People trying to buy their ancestral lands. Maui, man, that's a billionaire's playground. A lot of billionaires have property in Maui. Oprah, Jeff Bezos, Jimmy Buffett. A lot of big money people with billions of dollars got property out there in Maui. That's some prime real estate. And they're trying to expand, and you got these native Hawaiians who are like, hey, you know, they're trying to buy us out. They're trying to finesse them off their property. They're holding tight to their land. They're like, yeah, doesn't Mark Zuckerberg have a spot out there too? Yeah. You got big money ass people out there, dude. Yeah, and I know the people there, you know, they're like, we don't want no money, man. We just don't want you on our land. We don't need your money. We got our family. We don't want you on our land, dude. This is our ancestral land. We're not trying to sell our land out. A lot of them will fly their flags upside down. The Hawaiian flags, I talked about this for years, how those brothers, in defiance of the U.S. government, they fly their flags upside down. So a lot of them are holding tight to their ancestral land, man. They're like, no, we're not going to leave our ancestral land. They try to force them off their lands with, you know, little tax finesses. So there are a lot of homeless people out there. A lot of the native people are living in little tent cities out there. And they're like, hey, you know, we're trying to hold tight on our land. So now this mysterious fire pops up. It then killed a lot of those people. A lot of those native people have been killed. You understand? And this is why we're saying they're undercounting a lot of these people that got killed out there. You'll hear about them talking about this very famous tree out there that we've been to many times. It's an old tree that they hold sacred out there. That's been there for about 150 years. That's what they say. They said that area was burned very severely. So now what a lot of the locals are afraid of now that everything has been charred in some of those areas where people were protesting and not trying to let them come in and encroach on their land. Now they're like, oh my God, look at this. Oh God, this place has been burned down. We got to go in here and rebuild. So now we're going to build $1 billion condo here. Some $3 billion.
Right. Yeah, there's a woman, because I was doing a little bit of research. There's a woman called Tahi Lawrence. She's a Hawaiian resident. And yes, Tariq Nasheed is going in. From the horse's mouth, a man that's been over there, he said himself. And the woman, the local resident, said yes. She confirmed what he's saying. She confirmed what he's saying, what they're doing to the residents out there. As a resident herself, she's confirming what he's saying. I like to do my little, observations and research. Now, this video is about judgment. Of course, this is a judgment, but we know there's always things that there's always some underhanded thing going on, possibly some underhanded things that's going on, and we're just asking questions. Let's hear some more from Tariq Nasheed.
Homes here. So now they're going to do the same thing they did with Katrina. A natural disaster pop off. All of this mysterious fire pops up. It then killed a lot of those people. A lot of those native people have been killed. You understand? And this is why we're saying they're undercounting a lot of these people that got killed out there. You'll hear about them talking about this very famous tree out there that we've been to many times. It's an old tree that they hold sacred out there. That's been there for about 150 years. That's what they say. They said that area was burned very severely. So now what a lot of the locals are afraid of now that everything has been charred in some of those areas where people were protesting and not trying to let them come in and encroach on their land. Now they're like, oh my God, look at this. Oh God, this place has been burned down. We got to go in here and rebuild. So now we're going to build $1 billion condo here. Some $3 billion homes here. So now they're going to do the same thing they did with Katrina. A natural disaster pop off. All of the local people are misplaced, and then all of a sudden, big money high rises and prime real estate is built up where the local people can no longer afford it. You dig? And many of them then burned up. They're missing and they don't know where they are. Okay? You see? It's called the banyan tree. Yeah, so a lot of people are putting the tinfoil kufi on this thing. Yeah, like the movie Avatar, man. And I'm looking at this thing because we got to understand how some of these big money folks will do.
Yes, man, that's Second Esdras. No, that's Sirach. Sirach chapters 10, or Sirach chapters 12 and 10. Never trust thine enemy. So he's going in, man. Let's hear a little bit more, then we're going to hit some precepts and end off the video.
These big money folks, man, there's nothing these folks won't do to get some Aboriginal people up out the mix. Yeah, just like Haiti and the Bahamas. Yeah, there's a crazy earthquake and all of a sudden all of the locals are missing, and then they go in and say, hey, we got to rebuild, and we're going.
What's the name of that sacred tree? Just I want to know the name of that sacred tree out there.
you'll hear about them talking about this very famous tree out there that we've been to many times. It's an old tree that they hold sacred out there that's been there for about 150 years. That's what they say. They said that area was burned very severely. So now what a lot of the locals are afraid of, now that everything has been charred in some of those areas where people were protesting and not trying to let them come in and encroach on their land, now they're like, oh my God, look at this. Oh God, this place has been burned down. We got to go in here and rebuild. So now we're going to build a $1 billion condo here, some $3 billion homes here. So now they're going to do the same thing they did with Katrina. A natural disaster pop off, all of the local people are misplaced, and then all of a sudden, big money high rises and prime real estate is built up where the local people can no longer afford it.
Ooh.
You dig? And many of them then burned up. They're missing and they don't know where they are. Okay? You see? It's called the banyan tree.
Right, the banyan tree, a sacred tree over 100 years old, 150 years old. So Micah chapters 2 and 1 says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds when the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand, man. Yeah, and they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. The sacred tree, the banyan tree. Now I'm just doing this, I'm just coming from another angle, man. You know, we like to do we like to bring out, because what the Most High, Yahushua said, he said it, man. What is in the dark will come out in the light. So, Revelations chapters 18:5 says, their sins are massed up into the heavens. We know the angels are. They're here. The angels are here. They're bringing judgment. But, other things are taking place too. We know. These people are going to be revealed and exposed in the end.
Yeah, so a lot of people are putting the tinfoil kufi on this thing. Yeah, like the movie Avatar, man. And I'm looking at this thing because we got to understand how some of these big money folks will do. These big money folks, man, there's nothing these folks won't do to get some Aboriginal people up out the mix. Yeah, just like Haiti and the Bahamas. Yeah, there's a crazy earthquake and all of a sudden all of the locals are missing, and then they go in and say, hey, we got to rebuild, and we're going to rebuild by putting $1 billion hotels and $1 billion condos here so that outsiders can come out here and enjoy. And oh my God, those poor, we have a monument for all the thousands of missing Aboriginal people who were here. So that looks like the same kind of hustle, to be honest, man. Yeah, these accidents, yeah. Some of these accidents, yeah, I'm putting the tinfoil kufi on looking at these accidents. Yeah? So, it's about to be a major real estate money grab in Maui, man. Somebody said they saw bodies on the streets looking like Pompeii. There 93 people. I know that's horse shit. I know that's horse crap. The way those roads are set up, you literally can't go nowhere, dude. You literally have nowhere to go but the water. I know way more than 93 people died, dude. I know those numbers. They're undercounting, dude. So prayers go out to the Aboriginal Nigerian people. Cool people, man. I like the Nigerian. I mean, what I say?
All right, so that's it. That was
say Nigerian. Hawaiian. I said Nigerian. The Aboriginal Hawaiian people. Shout out to the Aboriginal Hawaiian people. I like.
Which may well go back to our seed, the seed of Jacob, the Israelites, a lot of them. So that was Tariq Nasheed. What's up with the Maui fires? We asking questions. We're just asking questions. So Luke, we're going to end with this. Luke chapters 12 and 2 says, for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known. Right. Therefore, whatsoever ye have spoken in darkness shall be heard in the light, and that which have spoken in the air, in closets shall be reclaimed upon the housetops. Right, man. So never trust thine enemy. We just asking questions. What is in the dark will come out in the light. Hawaii wildfires, evacuation planned, criticized as death toll grows. There's a whole heap of questions people are asking, right? Real estate money grab, possibly? We just asking questions. And when they're interviewing these residents of the Hawaii, the local residents, I mentioned the name Tia Lawrence. She's saying the same thing, backing up what we just heard there from Tariq Nasheed. The local residents, the grassroots people, I'm sure they got a lot of questions they're asking, which will come out, because what is in the dark will come out into the light. Shalom to all the sincere Akim. It's on to the next. We out.